So, for those of you that don't know us, I'm Scott, I'm Chris,
And I'm Matt.
and we're just three of Dan's extremely attractive and charming better halves. And yes, we do usually refer to Claire as the fourth.
Anyways, hello and thank you for coming tonight. You all look ravishing.
And in all seriousness, speaking of ravishing, let's take a moment to admire how stunning Claire looks. Absolutely beautiful, you're right.
You're right.
How Dan pulled this one off, we'll never know. Seriously, we'll never know.
But actually, I think it's a little more incredible to us because the Dan we know, the Dan we grew up with, is much different from the dapper young man you see before you.
That Dan wasn't really the clean cut, well put together, responsible, hard-working man's man that's sitting here tonight. He was a sloppy, little bit unkempt.
A lot unkempt.
He was goofy, somewhat clumsy, and frankly, he truly did smell it.
And if we're not painting a very clear picture, we understand. It's hard to imagine this guy as anything other than, well, this guy.
Let us make it a bit easier. When we first met Dan, this is sort of what he looked like.
We got two pictures. We'll walk them around, you guys can take a look.
So, obviously, Dan has come a long way since then. Nowadays, he wears collared shirts, puts products in his hair, and actually smells pretty good.
He's never late, he never flakes out, he's utterly loyal, and he never stays up past 9 p.m.
But before all that, most of us met Dan around the awkward age of 12.
When we cared about nothing more than skateboarding, riding our bikes to 7-Eleven for Slurpees, getting nervous around the girls, and spending all of our time just hanging out. Nervous around the girls!
And for some reason, we always hung out at Dan's. And let this speech double as an apology to Mr. Larabel, because honestly, we were always at Dan's.
It didn't matter that the Larabel clan already consisted of like 15 brothers and sisters, because we never knocked, never asked permission for anything.
We ate all the food in the fridge, were loud and obnoxious,
And broke more there than we did in our own.
There were fond memories of us snowboarding down the staircase into pillows, screaming during a game of carba hockey, or lighting anything on fire that we could find.
but beyond all of that, us and all our friends had one thing in common: Dan. Dan was always the center. He was the one who made sure everyone was hanging out.
He was the one who woke us up at the crack of dawn for some of Chuck's famous pancakes.
And he was the one who planned every single camping trip we ever went on. For making sure we actually had food to eat, not just alcohol and beef jerky. And chopping the wood himself for his expertly made fires.
Fun fact: Dan won Best Camper at 6th grade camp, an honor he has carried with him his entire life, and also something he will never let us forget.
But we regress. What we were trying to say is that Dan was always the person who brought balance to our group of friends. And most importantly, he was the one who made sure we were all together.
And today is no different. Here we are all together once again, but now we're happy to say it's not just because of Dan.
If you were to ask us 13 years ago who Dan would be standing next to today, we probably would have just stared at you.
And we're not trying to say Dan wasn't worthy of a girl as amazing as Claire, or any girl for that matter. We just never had any idea what kind of girl was out there. There just wasn't a clear picture.
We'd always regarded Dan as sort of an enigma. honestly, we had plenty of campfire conversations with one another about Dan, a little behind his back, just discussing his strange tics and intricacies.
It's like we knew exactly who Dan was, but had no idea who Dan was, all at the same time. So you can imagine how hard it would be to conceive a better half for somebody like that.
We all just got used to the fact that Dan would probably spend the rest of his poor, lonely, pathetic life building that same perfect fire with no one else to share its love and warmth.
But there's a twist to the story of woe, and the twist is, well, Claire.
I think all of our minds were completely blown the first time we met Claire. Instead of sitting around a fire talking about how weird Dan was, we talked about how great Claire was, and how natural Dan was with her.
Beyond the fact that she is obviously gorgeous, she loves camping, she loves spending her Saturdays making salsa, she's just as pragmatic, and she too likes going to bed at 9 p.m.
Most of all, it was clear she adored Dan. And why? Well, that part was unclear.
But it didn't matter, because in the same way that we knew who Dan was, and also didn't know who Dan was, but accepted it, it was just as easy to accept Dan and Claire. It just made sense.
She truly is Dan's better half. And trust us, we mean that as literally as possible. Remember all those wonderful ways we described it?
Stylish hair, collared shirts, never-ending loyalty, nice smell, a responsible man's man. All these things came out in their fullest once Claire entered the picture.
That's not to say that he didn't have it in him all along, but that is to say that in our mind, there is no one else out there who could have brought it out of him.
And maybe that's why we weren't all that sure why Claire adored him so much at the beginning. But it makes sense now. When we look at Dan, we see the same boy who's in these pictures. You know, the afro, the gumpy look. But when Claire looks at Dan, she sees the man he is.
And that's why today, we're promoting Claire from Dan's fourth better half to his first better half.
There's always a glass of Dan and Claire, may their love always be as centered and as strong as the people they are, and have always been. Thank you.